on Facebook and on YouTube. Hopefully, we haven't quite verified that yet, but we're coming here a little earlier than we thought because I expected Big Brother to air at 9 p.m. for the live eviction as it traditionally does, but it went at 8 p.m. For this new season, which, hey, I'm not complaining. It's better. So we were here talking a little earlier. I'm Dave Mader, joined by my brother Jeff Mader, and our co-host Jaemeel Robinson. Jaemeel, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Happy Scott Pilgrim Day. I'm wearing my Scott Pilgrim shirt.
Happy Scott Pilgrim Day to you too.
Thank you. It's always good to be able to talk about Big Brother. So I'm happy. You're happy. We're all happy, I guess. Yeah.
I'm happy.
Come on, happy.
Well, Keisha went. Okay, and the headline at this hour. And hey, Jeff. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, Keisha's out. Yeah, but first,
hello, hello, Jeff.
How's it going?
And we're Keisha's gone.
I'm devastated. What
You're pleased with this result? Are you pleased?
America's favorite player. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She had no chance, guys. I mean, let's face it. She came in like last minute into this cast. She literally had zero chance of really ever getting far. She was always going to be a pre-jury person unless something really blew up, which wasn't going to happen because all these
sunk her like hooks into someone, but
yeah, it didn't really happen. Yeah, no. So she just wasn't destined to go far, and I don't know. I think we're not gonna really miss much. Like I think she was okay. She was barely on the show.
13-0 was the vote, Jaemeel. Do you feel that there was some kind of a chance to save Keisha today? I know you're more of a follower of the live feeds, and perhaps you have more insight into this.
So I'm a little bit behind, but last I was looking in terms of information, there was a chance, there was a push to actually get votes for her. But funny enough, Day kind of nipped that in the bud because as you saw in this episode, she has started or is a part of a new alliance.
Who, Keisha?
Sorry, Day.
Davon.
Okay, so yeah. Davon is a part of a new alliance.
Yes.
Is this one they showed us on the show today?
Yes.
The one with Cody and Enzo, and who was the other person in this?
Bailey.
And Bailey, of course. Okay.
Although she wasn't pictured in it. She's like the four of us, and I'm like, where's Bailey? I don't see her.
She's not on the show until she absolutely needs to be.
They're still hedging their bets.
Yeah, that whole sequence, I was screaming at the TV saying, why are you including Cody in this? Why is Cody a part of this movement? Because he's clearly part of this other alliance. And also the headline at this hour is Memphis is the HOH. We saw the result of this HOH, this true false, with this this character actor who played multiple different characters in a Skype call, which was an interesting thing in the details. And I was doing pretty well in the true false as we were going through here. And I knew Memphis had won it at the end where he got that true. And I was like, yeah.
I was like, someone please.
The flower vase.
I was like,
and I'm a little disheartened with this whole Memphis alliance that was also set up in this episode. So we'll just let's break all that down.
Well, why? Well, who are you cheering for, Dave?
Not Memphis.
You seem to be cheering for everybody but Kaser and Janelle. Those are the people you're going for, right?
I was when it was getting down to it, like when there was only the few people left in this HOH tonight, I was only actively hoping that Tyler and Memphis would be knocked out because whoever else won, it didn't matter. I didn't care if like Nicole Anthony won or Bailey won, or it didn't really matter. But like as long as it wasn't one of those two, and then it was Memphis. And the reason I'm disappointed with it is because this whole alliance, Memphis, that he set up, he went around to all of them, right? Memphis, Christmas,
Nicole,
Danny,
Tyler,
and Cody. Now, with the exception of Cody, all blonde-haired white people, just like, and I'm just like, when he won tonight, I felt like, what is going on here? And what does this mean for the house? And what is with echoes of BB 21 sort of kind of here in my ears, I guess. Maybe.
They need to kick Cody out and get Janelle in there, and then they can just be the blonde bombshells or something. You know,
Funny enough, from what I heard in live feeds, and as I stated, I was a little bit behind. Before Nicole F was actually part of the group, Memphis was thinking of including Bailey, and uh, Danny was like, "No, it's not going to happen because you would have to include Davon, right?" So they're like,
Mhm.
"Okay, we that would make it 7, so not Bailey." And then she's like, "How about Nicole F?" Which Danny already has a good relationship with. So she was like, "Yeah, I think that would work out, right?" And it works out well for Cody because Cody already has that relationship with Nicole F to begin with. So you have a lot of overlap in terms of that that alliance. Um, I did think it. I did think it. That's just naturally I thought of it because you could have technically like got David instead of Christmas, right?
Sure.
But
David instead of who
I'm
else
like,
was in this?
Christmas is in this episode. Like, I'm like, of
Yeah,
course she wouldn't
Christmas
make
is
a
not
move.
really playing.
She wouldn't really make a move. Someone had to literally come and they're gonna drag her, right, to
Right.
an alliance.
Yeah, like this whole just how it shook out. I know it probably happened organically with this Memphis alliance. You know, it's like, okay, you and me, and then who are you friends with? Who am I friends with? But of course, like it just kind of worked out that he's friends with and networked with all of the beautiful, also attractive, well, if you will, it's a subjective taste, but mostly like what I would call the pretty kids, right? Like the sort of the popular, like the preppy kind of kids, like the Zach Morris esque types. That's what this kind of feels like, including with Cody, who's kind of like he's more of a Slater type, I think.
Yeah, I think he has a little bit more. He can read the room a lot better than Memphis has in this episode.
Right, because I don't see it with Memphis's social game. He doesn't seem to have much of it yet. I have, at least on what they're showing on the show. I know there's a lot of people to get to in the program, including the nominees, but yeah. Like that's what they've sold us so far. Is Memphis built this 6-person alliance that includes the Tyler's in every alliance apparently too.
Don't get too attached to these early alliances, Dave, because what happens a lot in Big Brother is they make these big alliances, and then what happens is they splinter off, or it just takes 1 or 2 people in that alliance to disagree with each other on something or get in a fight, and then boom, it's all blown up. We'll see for this week. Probably, yeah, we're probably going to get rid of some old school people early here, but that was probably inevitable unless they won a lot of HOHs. So, I mean, it sucks because we want to see the old players, because in Big Brother, a lot of the older players I think are much more entertaining than the newer players. A lot of the newer players barely are on the show. I mean, Christmas is like barely on the TV. So is Bailey. So is Dave. Like Davon's on it a little bit. Like David, they were clapping that he got to go into the friggin' DR to vote today. Like this is what's going on with the new school people. The old school people always, drive the narrative or in the DR because everybody wants to see those people. So it's usually not popular, but I think what we're going to get is later on, we're probably going to get a lot of blowups and a lot of fights because they can't stay tight-knit for this long. It's just not going to happen, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope not. That's all. I'm more like this is the type of alliance when it forms in the show. Every time I'm going to cheer against it, right? Because it's just like the alliance I kind of always will naturally root for. That's just how I kind of watch Big Brother for whatever reason. That's even going back to Big Brother 15. Maybe it goes back to Erin Grease and maybe her role in that because I just don't like sort of that sometimes that type. And there's a lot of them in this particular season, and they seem to be aligning with each other.
Right.
And what is that going to mean for the house?
There was a lot of people that hated the brigade. There were a lot of people that hated the bomb squad or the moving company or all those big alliances, right? But they don't really last once it gets toward the jury. They always crumble.
I was a moving company fan, but the moving company was the worst alliance ever. Because
the brigade's a bad example because the brigade did stay strong but nobody knew what was happening. So that was the part of the thing with the brigade. Everybody will know Enzo and Cody, and once Memphis makes it pretty clear that he's going after old school players, everybody's going to be against Memphis. Memphis is going to get all the heat, so it really wouldn't be in his best interest to do this. So it'll actually be awesome to watch him have to try to balance both his alliance and the players that are definitely going to be hating on him. So that's going to happen eventually in Big Brother. It always does. So because people usually figure it out.
So Jeff, who do you think is going to get nominated this week?
I would not be in the least bit surprised if he puts up Kaser and Janelle. I would not be in the least bit surprised, but I hope he doesn't. I hope he puts up like Devon, or he puts up Bailey, or he puts up those type of. I hope he puts up some of the newer players, because it'll be a little bit more. It will be better for Memphis's game if he does that, because they're not in his alliance, but at the same time, he's not really like showing Kaser and Janelle that he's coming after them. So if I were him, that's who I would put up. But Devon is you get on the wrong side of her, and it's probably she's just going to talk shit about you 24/7.
He won't be able to put up Devon or Bailey because Cody's going to protect them. You can't form an alliance like that, right? That's so small, and then break it up immediately, like 3 days later. I know it's still early on, but word's gonna get around really quick, and that's a really quick way to galvanize the other side of the house, or
Cody
outside
knows
of
that.
right. So he's probably gonna Ian and Kazar are probably gonna go up, and it doesn't matter who comes down, because unless Ian wins safety and protects Kazar, then he's just gonna put up Janelle and probably Nicole A instead, or Janelle and Kevin, right? To kind of,
but they still have this competition, this safety competition, the safety suite. Will that still be in effect for this next week?
It's for the next 2 weeks. So Janelle and Kazar can't actually do anything this week or next week. Right. So you can put up one of them, right? With the idea that you're going to be able to, once one of them comes down, one of them becomes safe, then you just put up the other one, right? And unless they win, veto, unless they won veto, then you're pretty much set for the week. Like, I wouldn't want to be HOH until week 4, first week or week 4, because with this type of power situation, you're going to be putting out a lot of people's names too early. It's terrible.
And they should probably be thinking it's either you flush the safety suites, but if it ends that quickly and they know that, they're definitely going to put Kaser and Janelle up, because then they're going to get off with this excuse that it's oh, well, you guys don't have the safety suite, so we don't want more people mad at us. So that's what that's what Memphis will probably say. But I think Memphis is doing himself a disfavor of what he's doing, aligning with all these new school players. I get there's a lot of new school players, and I get that he thinks that's what's going to make him far, but you have to create a close bond with somebody who's his tightest ally. He just evicted the person that was in his season, and could have been
the person he had the closest personal relationship with.
Maybe not. Outside of the house, it seemed like Memphis and Keisha barely ever talked to each other. Right. So
but that doesn't really matter anything. Bailey and Tyler haven't really been talking outside of the show, but both of them realize that there is juice to squeeze from
a familiarity, right?
Right. You kind of know where you stand. Bailey, on the other hand, I think Tyler's smart enough not to screw her over twice, right? You would let someone else do the dirty work, but you yourself wouldn't do that, because that's not going to be a good look, right? And Bailey, before that kind of segment, what did she really have outside of Devon, right? So you're looking for any other additional people you can kind of pick up on. So it made sense for mutually to work together, or even if it's just a handshake deal. I'm getting ice cream.
Oh.
Thank you. All right, we're recording. Remember to sign. Bye. Yes. Sweet.
We don't
be on camera.
We don't have a waiver from your parent. So.
Richard Starr.
Okay, but I knew it was going to happen eventually. I'll see you later. Bye. All right, Jeff, what do you think?
About what?
I absolutely don't know what I was talking
What are you
about.
feeling right now, Jeff, about this episode? How do you feel after tonight's eviction?
Typical early Big Brother. They take out somebody that was barely going to be on the show anyway. There's already a big alliance forming, and I'm not really surprised that somebody in that big alliance went HOH. I mean, like, are you? Like, I mean, just the odds say that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I thought the competition tonight, like, maybe they weren't able to see what, like, the video very well, but, like, I don't know. I like you, Dave. I was getting a lot of the answers right. No, it's just like, okay, they seem like
Not that hard.
not that hard. So
The questions aren't hard. There was but it depends on the thing was you might be like hyper paying attention to so much that you lose track of all these other things.
Yeah.
So let's test everyone's knowledge then. Okay. What was the first backdrop Uncle Vito had?
Wasn't it like the beach?
Nope, that was the second one.
I think he
Beach,
was,
then White House.
he was in
Well,
the garage.
It was minutes ago. At the time, I knew it really well. Jim
Okay.
wants to know what kind of ice cream you're having.
This is what we're talking about. It is cookies and cream. It's cookies and cream.
Yeah, he says,
I'll get
"Ooh, sweet."
It's no mint chocolate.
It is no. I like chocolate chip cookie dough actually.
Oh,
I do too.
wow,
Who
that's
doesn't?
real sweet. That's too sweet.
That's a great ice cream.
See, Dave knows.
I like it, but it's very sweet. Give you
I
the
know, I love
pistachio or the
Pistachio.
Daiquiri.
Daiquiri ice.
Ooh,
Our other brother, Rich, he likes Moon Mist, this gross ice cream from Nova Scotia that's like banana, cotton candy, and grape together in the ice
that's
cream.
fucking sweet. Oh my god.
It's a Nova Scotia special, and it's a weird ice cream.
Like Screech or something.
But
It's
yeah,
like it's not far from Trailer Park Boy Land. It's that kind of ice cream. So
That's a weird combo. I gotta try it because it sounds weird enough that maybe it might hit the spot, but that is a weird combination.
Yeah.
Grape and banana.
grape, banana, and cotton candy.
candy.
That's weird.
It is weird. I don't like it.
Um,
I wouldn't like any of those ice creams individually, let alone combined. So it's
You wouldn't like banana ice cream? Banana ice
no,
cream.
I wouldn't eat banana ice cream because it tastes like that banana, that fake banana, and I don't like that fake banana taste.
So going back on topic of this actual show,
Big Brother eviction.
Yeah.
It's an eviction.
Yes. I'm kind of interested to see what Sunday brings us in terms of the episode. I don't know. Like Memphis really needs to think really hard about what he wants to do long term because he's done a job in terms of putting this group together. But there's one thing of putting the group together, having the group kind of cement their bonds is different. And I understand the play in terms of getting different people from all over the house or what he thinks is all over the house. But as they say in Survivor, until you're all voting together, right? And you kind of show where your loyalties lie, like the actual alliance doesn't exist. It's not cemented. It's not in stone.
Right.
Right.
There hasn't been a vote to show it yet.
Yeah. And voting for the house means nothing. When
Right.
the chips are down, let's see where people vote. And that's
Yeah.
not happening, you know.
Yeah. Like yeah, exactly. What Jaemeel said. Like nobody's really gonna stick their neck out for a vote yet until somebody they care about is on the block. And nobody cared about Keisha. That was very evident of the way
Not
everybody
even
voted.
Memphis.
No, Memphis especially. The only people who really probably wanted to save her was Kaser and Janelle. And that was only because they knew they could probably use her as a number because they didn't see her as against them.
But
You know,
yeah, in the goodbye messages to Keisha, there Davon said, "I tried to save you, girl," and all these things, and she
a
was,
lie.
huh? It's a lie.
Yeah, she did not. She actively, like Jaemeel said, she actively.
Isn't
made
Davon running the house though, Jeff?
No,
Is that not correct?
no, she's running the TV show, but she's not running the house.
Because she's good DR. Like, look,
Right.
at the end of the day, she's pre-jury. You say whatever you want to. Hey, I would have taken a bullet for you. I have 2 pints of blood in the back, right? If you ever get a cut and you're left bleeding on the side of the road, it don't mean anything. You can write as many texts because when they're doing goodbye messages, there's not going to be a battle back to that I foresee. Makes no sense. It didn't seem like that.
But
so
they always think there will be.
Yeah, they always think that way.
Right. So
right?
that's why she said that in the goodbye message, because she's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a battle back. I don't want her coming back in thinking I fucked her over or whatever.
Yes, the big scary Keisha's gonna come after you and and take you out.
Yeah.
She's gonna go on a challenge run.
Yeah, here comes Keisha.
Here comes Keisha.
The vengeance. Don't cross Keisha. You will regret it.
We won't see the game really start until after the first 3 votes. And let's just hope that Kaser and Janelle aren't the next 2 out, because I want to see them on the show. But if they are, then so be it. I mean, the cast kind of sucks anyway, guys. Let's face it. I mean, it's not...
The cast is... I like this cast, but I don't like this result in terms of
Why don't
Cody
you like
first HOH and Memphis second HOH. Not my ideal season so far.
Who do
I
you
wanted
want to win the HOH?
Anybody from somebody who's not in Cody's alliance, like somebody
That's
not connected.
Everyone
to Cody.
in the house, Dave. Everyone in the house is aligned
Keisha,
with Cody.
I want Keisha to win HOH.
Kevin.
The only
Kevin would have bowed down to Cody in a second. Thank you for not voting me out. I appreciate it so much. Who do you want up? Anyone except me? Cool.
Not Kevin.
Up? I'll do it for you, Cody. The
I'll
only 2 people that could have won tonight were Kaser and Janelle, that would have not put Kaser and Janelle up. That was it. Most likely. That's how I see it. I mean,
Ian's gonna throw it. So
yeah, I get. Yeah, okay. And so
David would throw out. Bailey's
here we'll
Cody.
go.
Nobody is on Kaser and Janelle's side because they see them as too good of players, and they know everybody on the outside of the house likes those people, wants to see them on their televisions. Those are the players in the house. The players in the house want to get those players out because they know once they get toward the end, if they're still in the house, everybody's going to be cheering for them. They don't want that. They want you to cheer for them. They want, Nicole definitely wants those people out because she wants everybody on the outside of the house to cheer for her.
And plus, how are you going to win America's favorite player?
Right. It's all about that America's favorite player money.
Well, that's what you can control more likely than actually winning the game for the most part. If you got enough juice left in the game and you don't win, then you got it on lock. Like Memphis didn't win America's favorite player because he wasn't good TV. Right. So
if I were Memphis, I would want to get someone like Davon out because I know everybody on the outside of the house likes Davon. So I'd want to get her out,
Not right now.
But he won't.
Not right now.
He won't because of the Cody connection. So it's a good thing that Davon is in this alliance with Cody.
He won't because of the safety suite, because if he puts Davon and Bailey up, they're going to go play the safety suite. They're going to save themselves, and then that's the whole thing, right? So
are we likely to see more people compete against Kesar? Will Cody just compete against Kesar for the sake of it so that he can't win safety?
He can't win safety. He can't go in the safety suite. He already used his pass.
But Janelle can.
Who? No, she played too.
She also, both of them.
Oh, you only get it's one time. It's not. It doesn't reset?
Yeah, it's one time.
Who is going to play the safety suite this week? I only can foresee one person actually playing it, and that's Kevin.
Kevin? Yeah. Kevin and Ian.
Ian's a big possibility, I think.
Ian might play it
because there's no point of playing it, keeping it for the third round, because everyone who's not HOH is going to use it up because there's no point of holding it on plus past week 4.
This is the week if you got any kind of nerves, use it.
Yeah, you use it now, right? And then it's going to piss everyone off, whoever wins HOH next week, because you're going to have if only 2 people do it this week. Right, so that means 4 people are ineligible. 5 people are ineligible in the final week out of the entire house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say anyone's name until the safety suite is done, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people in play. So being HOH week 3, you got to make sure that you don't say anything until you know where you can actually point your gun at. Week 2, it's probably gonna be Kevin and Ian only.
See, maybe that's if I'm HOH, Why do I want to get rid of Kaser and Janelle? Because I know the next HOH will likely want to get rid of those players. You know, like, wouldn't you want to flush safety suites if you're, if you're the HOH, like, just float out? Yeah, I'm thinking about putting up Davon and Bailey, and then Davon and Bailey go play the safety suite. Then they can't do it the next week, right? Then all of a sudden, the next HOH has like all these options. That's how I'd be thinking. I'd probably, keep Kaser and Janelle off the block, get that because they're good competition people. Like, I would especially be like, okay, don't put me up next week, and we're good. And then all of a sudden, you have all these people freaking out, wanting to use their safety suite. That's what I would do strategy-wise if I was Memphis. That would put a lot of heat on him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it would work out for him the next week. He might have to play a veto, so he would want to avoid that. But I don't know. Like, depends on who would be wanted to really take out Memphis at this point. I mean, he seems like everybody likes him for some reason. So.
Yeah, well, I don't like Memphis. I'm so far. But this is his week to impress me. I think that
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think I should have any expectations here. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, let's face facts. People like who get second place, a lot of the time they're number 2 for a reason, right? Cody was the the comp dude that was like kind of charming, that was Robin to Derek's Batman, who was controlling the game from beginning, middle, and end, while everyone else was being crazy and being stupid in that rest of that season.
Right.
In Memphis's season, like Dan got blood in his hands, and Dan was the man, right? And everyone knew it, right? Everyone knew it, and that's why he got rewarded with that. But if you're really part of this alliance, this strong ass alliance, right, and you couldn't even get America's favorite player, right? That just tells you what the house and what outside the house people thought of you. So he's a number 2 for a reason, right?
He's a beta.
Yeah. You're beta, bro. You're beta.
Yeah, he's beta. Yeah, he's like Opie. Because Opie, what's his name? Ryan Hurst, who from Sons of Anarchy and other shows and other things. Britier from Remember the Titans. He plays beta on Walking Dead, and Alpha. Like, Alpha is the leader of the Whisperers, and he's the beta, the second in command, like kind of the Will Riker to Alpha to the Alpha Picard on The Walking Dead.
You couldn't even keep that straight.
No, I couldn't even deliver that with some kind of semblance of yeah, it's normal. No, but yes. Yeah, he's a beta, and so Cody was similar, right? But Derek and Dan are very different players and very different right? True. But I think Memphis and Cody are much more similar to each other than those two are.
They have a lot to prove, or feel like they have a lot to prove to win, but Cody's taking a more relaxed approach to it. Regardless of what we think. Like, are people really gutting for Cody right now? Not really.
Nobody.
So Cody's done a pretty good job in terms of his first HOH. Boring as hell, but still, he did a pretty decent job. He walked away. He has one HOH under his belt, and people didn't really, rock the boat.
He handled the Kaser and Janelle thing poorly. I think that was his biggest blunder because he didn't adapt to the twist very well.
It's two people. It's two people. So, stuff happens. It could have been worse. He could have had like 5 different people that he had to nominate. Like, was it previous Cody? Cody from BB20 had to nominate 5 people in 1 week because of twists and everything like that. Right. So. You know what? In the grand scheme of things, what Kevin isn't too super angry or gunning after him. Everyone's kind of looking at Kaser and Janelle as like expendable. So, like, what real damage did he do? He seems to have a good set of relationships in the house. So, you know what? It isn't so bad. You play the hand that you're dealt. Sometimes you screw up, but if you're able to walk away from the table with chips in your pocket, just be glad about it.
Yep.
Meow meow.
Meow
Meow
meow.
meow. That's
Meow,
the
meow.
meow meow. I don't. Yeah, I agree with all that. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of check in because we're all the three of us are part of a 8-person draft who have all been taking players, and I just wanted to since Keisha left tonight, her face has gone gray on our memory wall, but our memory wall is just a Google document where we follow this. But we'll just bring that in here quickly because that's the easiest way for us to show you. And yes, we've lost Keisha, who was Amanda's, Jeff's fiance.
I don't think
and
Amanda's long for this this game.
draft. No, I don't
Love
think
you,
so.
Amanda.
Yeah. So here we go, and she has Janelle left. We'll see if Janelle can stay in here. But in terms of the overall order, Keisha was 14th overall out of 16th drafted. So not a high pick. Not a big surprise that she's gone early here. But now that we just have all the players' names in front of us, is there anybody that we've kind of forgotten to mention tonight? I guess like the only one we haven't really touched on is maybe Danielle and Bailey. But what's there to say really? Because they weren't really in the episode that much.
Not really in the episode, but Danielle is doing a lot of work, right? Danny is like, she's putting in work. She is probably one of the better connected people in the house. It's not really being shown in the feeds, but you can kind of see that she's kind of directing traffic in certain ways. She made that decision for Memphis to talk to Nicole F as opposed to Bailey. That conversation, if Bailey got wind of like a group being formed that she wasn't necessarily a part of, that could have caused a lot of ripples. So she kind of was able to direct people to her ally, which is Nicole F, who already has a relationship with Cody, and she's aware of that. So Danny is kind of reading the temperature in the room. She's hanging back. She's doing a lot better than Ian, who all you're getting from people is, what's up with Ian? Right?
Jeff,
Right?
is this spoiler sensitive what you have here?
No, it's the HOH.
Okay.
Just read it.
Just what does it say? What does it say over Nicole and Ian's names?
Just says the website I got it from.
Oh, okay. I thought it was saying that they were noms. I was like, how did they already nominate people? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, Memphis won. HOH is like, I'm coming for you.
Ian and Nicole Anthony, you're going up.
Grab a life vest.
Yeah, grab a life vest.
All right.
Voter is better. What did she
You just
say?
want to give a visual here of with Keisha's face having gone gray here. She's gone. She's gone home in her mask.
She doesn't
The other thing too was what was up with that interview with Julie in terms of
that was
like,
6 feet. That was like
that was like 10 feet. And why doesn't Julie have to wear the mask? But Keisha does, and Keisha's been the one quarantined.
It's stupid.
Julie doesn't wear masks.
Yeah,
she's Julie Chen Moonves. The Moonves says no mask.
Nose.
Why would the COVID just be on the other side of the door? I mean, unless Julie had it, which Julie isn't going to wear the mask anyway. So Keisha wearing the mask is fucking pointless. Like I don't know. Like it just seems silly.
It barely protects her. Maybe only if she had it, which she doesn't because she's. We know she doesn't.
In quarantine.
She's been with Enzo for too long. You don't know where he's been.
Well,
yeah, Enzo had a latent strain.
And
and Keisha was playing with that mask so much it was frustrating
because it was silly. It was.
Here, do an interview. Here's guess what? You're going out on TV and no one can see your face.
Yeah,
it's kind of like put her behind a glass, at least a plexiglass or something. Like, or is the mask really for the interview necessary?
Let me ask you this, Steve. Of all the players left in the house, who would you be okay winning the game? Christmas?
Well, do you want me to give you just her? Like, it's not an or.
Okay, if Christmas won the game, yes or
no?
Dave, before you answer that question,
let me just go through the whole cast here, so we can get. I can figure out.
One person eliminated. You might as well have said that last week. It's like, oh, Keisha. It's like, oh, you got to change your pick. Keisha's gone. Right. Dave, you got to give me a new answer.
Who do you want to win the game? Nicole F, definitely not, right?
No, but if you give me like Christmas or Nicole F, like I will give you.
I'm not. I'm asking who you're cheering for.
Okay, Christmas, no,
Nicole F,
no,
Danny Donato,
not really, not
Cody.
neutral.
Are you okay if Cody won the game?
No,
Janelle,
yes,
Memphis,
not so far.
David,
Hopefully, yeah, I'd be okay if he won.
Kevin Camp,
Wow.
Yeah, I'd be okay if Kevin won.
Davon,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Enzo, Meow Meow,
Yeah.
Ian,
Yep.
Nicole A,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Bailey,
Yep.
Kaser,
Yep.
and Tyler.
Definitely not.
Why do you hate Tyler?
I don't like him. I don't like anything about Tyler.
Wow.
He's offensive to me.
Why is he offensive? He seems pretty
He's
good.
he's very fake. He's kind of the epitome of fake. He's kind of like this. His whole vibe to me is disingenuous.
But people fall for it, so you just like it.
Yeah.
Very much like Nicole F.
Correct. They're very
This
similar.
is what succeeds in Big Brother. Look at those players. Both those players have won the game. And
Well, guess what? They were both part of that six that Memphis is putting together, Jeff.
Of course, it's a super alliance of people who are great at being fake. To the audience, we see right through it. But in the house, for whatever work, they cast a spell on you and they go far. Little wand, whatever, for whatever reason. That's why I feel like Davon has no prayer in this game, because those players are not going to want her around later because she's too popular.
And she's going to blow up people's spots. If she finds out something and she feels she has nothing to lose, just like Janelle, she's going to blow up people's spots. She's going to start screaming stuff, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Davon and Janelle really should team up and try and form their own alliance with Bailey, with with Kevin, and with David. That should be like a 5 that they should hold tight. But they're not doing that.
Four to the 5 are going to be screaming at the top of their lungs, and David's like, "I just want to be a part of the group. I'm just here.
This is the mellow one."
I've never really done this before, so this is new to me. I might as well be a new. He's like the only player in the season that's literally like a new recruit. Like like he played the game, but he was trying to act like he's like, what's a veto competition? And that, he was like playing dumb, and it was just like, oh god, you're on All Stars. You better know, what you're doing.
Would you want to waste an HOH on David?
Well, yeah, that's just it, right? Like, I think he knows that, so he's just trying to play as non-threatening as possible because he sees all these other threatening players that everybody else is going to want to get out.
So, question: we have to get on to Star Trek Lower Decks pretty soon, but we have to watch it still as well.
Well, I know.
So, but do you have any spoilers from the house, Jeff, that you want to get into?
Not really. I mean, we saw the live eviction. I mean. We can, do you have any spoilers, Jaemeel?
Is there anything from the feeds yet? Do we know who Memphis is targeting yet? And maybe we can talk.
Nothing. Unfortunately, I wanted to see that Jeff spoilers fire text. Unfortunately, but I'm not going to get it till Sunday. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I know
it's too soon. I understand.
Enzo and Day were, doing their meow meow thing, and Enzo was saying like Memphis was walking around like, "Yo, you going home too? Yo, stop it, Kaser, keep cooking your fucking top cake. You're going home too, yo, fuck that. I want to win this shit tomorrow, yo. I want to go back to back. I want to win this tomorrow, so I want to win, Day." Yeah, I want to see my kids. Enzo, yo, D, I don't give a fuck on my season. I was scared to win HOHs and do good in this house. Now it's all-star meow meow. So
is that how he talks?
Yes, this is like
transcripts.
Does. These are transcripts, Dave. This is how they actually talk in the house. And this is what they talk.
These couple particular people were? Okay.
Yeah, and what they were swearing like sailors. And it was
I think like if I was in the house, who would you be hanging out with if you were in the house?
Of these people?
Yeah, like who would you want? Who would what? Okay, they're all like you assume the people who are hanging out with each
In
other are.
In reality, if it was me, I'd probably be hanging out with like David and Ian and Kevin Campbell. Those are the the guys I would probably be hanging out with.
Yeah,
You know, for me, because I don't really like Enzo. I think Enzo's obnoxious. I think Cody is disingenuous, and so is Tyler. So both those guys, I wouldn't care to like. I'm sure they're nice people, but I just think in the game,
but you would know
I
it's not, because you still know what you know about. Jaemeel, same question.
Jeez.
Oh, Kaser, I forgot Kaser, of course.
Nicole A for sure. I would be afraid that if I was like, for some reason, I found myself in All Stars, I would be like, Janelle, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. So I would probably try to like keep it as cool as possible. Like, you know, Janelle walk by, like, hey, you know, you good? I'll do my best, De Niro. Good stuff, you know, good stuff.
Yeah, you'd be all cash about it. Yeah.
Cody and Tyler, I would probably want to hang out with because I would just not believe anything they say. So they're like, yeah, we got you. I'm like, definitely, dude.
Yeah.
Like, three of us to the end, man. Let's
who
make
can
it
outfake who here?
Yeah.
They would probably go into the DR and go, yeah, I think I could go to the end with Jaemeel, you know, like, you know, they would probably buy it.
And then me, I'll be like, I don't trust any of them. They are dumb. If they think they're going to take me to the end, I'm going to take every single opportunity to get them out. I am squealing like a pig today. I'm squealing like a pig to Janelle. All of them, every single plan that they have, it's going to let loose. And I'll be like, look, man, dude, I swear on my children. I swear on my children that I did not rat you out at all. I swear. Right? Let's get a Bible out, right? What do you want? Let's cut blood right now. Let's get a butter knife, right? And we'll dig deep. I'm telling the truth, right? It's lie. Was it?
Yeah, no, it'd be a complete lie for sure.
Lie in the morning, lie in the afternoon, sell shoes, lie.
Right. The question sparked me because I was just like, I think I'd want to hang out with Enzo and Davon at least for a few minutes, just to kind of like see if I would keep up with those kinds of conversations or whatever. But yeah, I probably, like, to your point, Jeff, I like a lot of the people you named, like Kesar and Kevin and even Ian and let's say Jaemeel, to your answer
as well.
I go to Nicole Anthony. Like, who's she hanging out with? Probably those same people mostly.
Yeah, that's who she's hanging out with. Yeah, like I think we would like Nicole Anthony's probably be the best representation of us in the house, because she's like she seems like a normal person, a normal down to earth
normal podcaster.
Yeah. Yes.
Normal every day. We're us podcasters. We're normal peoples. We're but we're online all the time.
A lot of these people are like Instagram celebrities, like Bailey and Davon, and I feel like Enzo's just a big personality.
Davon is an acting coach. What show have you been on? How are you an acting coach?
Yeah, exactly.
How to act like a house guest on Big Brother.
Yeah.
You didn't win anything. How are you going to teach anyone that?
I think Davon and Enzo would just drive me nuts because their personalities are just too big, and I don't mind them on my TV screen for 1 hour once a week, but every day, all day, Enzo and Davon, I think I would lose my mind.
Mm-hmm. You see, you would just start shouting at them after like day 6 of that in a row. You're like, stop talking, just close your mouth.
I just be like, Enzo, stop. You're not even making words anymore. You're just saying, you're just making sounds. Use your words.
Jeff, what are you applying for Big Brother Canada?
I haven't really thought about doing it, but maybe I should.
You're like, hey, I'm Jeff. I'm a postman. You'd be like, your intro package. But sometimes I play hockey in the, and you come out to
podcast about Big Brother. I hate everyone.
Someone gives you a pass and is like, what's that? It's a Big Brother key. Oh my gosh, I'm in the house. What?
Wait, I gotta open up my mailbox. Oh wait, it's not a post key, it's a Big Brother key.
Oh my gosh, I only got 5 minutes to pack. What am I gonna get?
Load up my satchel.
I always, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna send my audition tape in this year. I was like, what the hell, just for
Yeah.
kicks.
Oh,
All of
Okay,
us,
so
all of us get in.
Yeah.
I don't know any of you.
yeah, we all get in. Yeah, we'll be like the Pax brothers, Jeff. We'll just get in there and go, nice to meet you.
yeah, my name's Jeff Brown. My brother David. Oh wait, no, he's not my brother.
Yeah. Like, oh, we have the same last name. What a coincidence this is.
You're not gonna. You're
No,
gonna.
no,
You're gonna take Amanda's name, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, I couldn't do this.
I'll be Dave Hines. You be Jeff Dowell, just for in there. And then,
Yeah, just for in the house.
or we incognito. All right.
No, I would change my name to Jeffrey Dewell.
Well, if you get to be Jeffrey Dewell, then I want to be like. I think I want to be like a Hector, maybe.
Hector.
Hey,
Look, someone's gonna say Hector, and you're gonna be like nonchalant, and it's like Hector, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm Hector. Hector's me.
I need something that's close to my name that I'll respond to, like Davon. I'll be Davon.
a Tavon babe.
So
There's gonna be
like
two
Dave.
Daves, so you're gonna have to go with your last name or something.
right, like it's close. It's
We
just
should
the,
know what we should do. We should go in as the Mater brothers and play as one vote. Didn't your brother Canada do that?
yeah, and they won too, right? The
Brothers
Pax
won,
brothers.
right? Yeah.
As a player, so they split the money 50-50. Anyway, so
It should be like Double Dragon, where you guys have to fight each other to see who gets it.
right, we'll be in the mode where we can't kick each other though, whatever that's called.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we got to get to the next podcast on Live Long in Podcast, which is Star Trek Lower Decks, the second episode. Jeff's already watched it. He says I might laugh. So we're going to talk about that there. But thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, because they think we're starting that now. We're actually going to be pushing that start time out, at least until Jaemeel and I can watch the episode, which is probably in like half an hour or so. So, or does that sound good, Jaemeel?
Yeah, I got ice cream. I'm ready.
He's got ice cream. He's got, I'm going to get a drink myself and just get refreshed. And we're going to watch this episode and then talk about it. I'm going to get Jane's quick take because she just watched it. If she will, because sometimes she won't tell me those kinds of things. She's like, no, you have to watch it for yourself. And so it could be that. All right. So Big Brother All-Stars Eviction episode. I think we've covered it all. We'll be back Sunday night to talk about the nominations from Memphis. Who knocked those people in the six? You can get on that. That's a thing now. That has become an alliance. This is a thing. So we'll see how it plays out for this next week and beyond. Thanks for joining us here on Super Mater Brothers Podcasting. Check out Live Long in Podcast, including all the stuff we do over there. We're on multi-times a week. If you're into Star Trek and all those things, you can find.
If you're not into Star Trek, hop aboard.
Hop aboard. Why not? It could be your gateway in. Why?
Don't be lame.
Don't be lame. Don't. Yeah. Be explorer. It's the final frontier.
Yeah.
All right. Good night. If you're not joining us over there, and